Welcome back everyone to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we dive into today's deep crypto market analysis, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates on cryptocurrency, blockchain innovation, DeFi projects, and market-moving opportunities. Today we're taking a closer look at Injective, also known as INJ, and examining why the token has pulled back over the last several hours despite continued interest from traders and investors. Was there major negative news? Is something wrong with the project? Or is this simply another example of how technical analysis and market sentiment can drive short-term price action? Let's break it all down. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. One of the clearest explanations for Injective's recent decline appears to be technical rather than fundamental. The market had been watching a very important level for INJ, its long-term resistance near the 200-day moving average. This indicator is widely followed by traders because it often acts as a dividing line between bullish and bearish trends. As INJ moved higher, it approached this major resistance level around $5.31. The token managed to reach intraday highs near 5.28 cents, coming extremely close to breaking above this key threshold. However, buyers failed to generate enough momentum to push the price decisively higher. Instead, INJ was rejected near this resistance area and quickly started moving lower. This type of price behavior is very common in financial markets and is often referred to as a rejection at resistance. When an asset fails to break through a major level, traders frequently take profits, while new buyers wait on the sidelines for additional confirmation before entering the market. The technical picture became even more cautious after the rejection occurred. Looking at short-term momentum indicators, the Relative Strength Index, or RSI, on the 1-hour time frame entered oversold territory. The 7-period RSI dropped into the high 20s, while the 14-period RSI slipped into the mid-30s. These readings generally suggest that selling pressure increased after the failed breakout attempt. Importantly, oversold conditions do not automatically mean the price will immediately recover. Instead, they often reflect short-term weakness following a rejection at resistance. Additional confirmation came from the MACD indicator, which turned negative and showed a bearish histogram. This signals that momentum has cooled significantly and that buyers currently lack the strength needed to resume the previous upward trend. The price action over roughly the last 14 hours also fits a classic market pattern known as drifting lower from resistance. Rather than experiencing a sudden crash or panic event, INJ gradually retraced after failing to break higher. This distinction matters because it suggests the decline was driven more by market structure than by fear or unexpected news. In fact, trading volume did not surge during the pullback. Instead, volume actually cooled after the move toward the 200-day moving average. Market participants observed that buyers appeared hesitant, waiting for stronger confirmation before stepping back into the market. This behavior is typical during failed breakouts. Existing traders lock in gains, while potential new investors prefer to wait until a clearer trend emerges. As a result, the most direct explanation for Injective's recent weakness is fairly straightforward. The token rallied into a major resistance zone, failed to break through it, and then reverted back toward the important support region around $5. The approximately 3.18 percentage point decline seen over the past 14 hours appears to be a normal technical retracement rather than a reaction to any major project-specific development or negative headline. However, technical factors alone do not tell the entire story. The broader cryptocurrency market has also been showing signs of weakness, especially among altcoins. Over the past 24 hours, the overall crypto market capitalization declined by roughly 0.7%, while the altcoin market, excluding Bitcoin, performed even worse, falling around 1.1%. Against this backdrop, Injective's decline of approximately 3.9% is weaker than the broader altcoin basket, but not dramatically unusual for a higher volatility DeFi and infrastructure token. Assets like INJ often experience larger price swings compared with Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies. Investor sentiment has also played a major role. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index currently sits near 20, placing market sentiment firmly within the fear category. When fear dominates the market, traders tend to become more cautious, reduce risk exposure, and avoid aggressively buying dips. In these conditions, even relatively small pullbacks can accelerate as confidence weakens. Markets driven by fear often struggle to sustain rallies, especially when assets encounter major resistance levels. Another important factor has been the presence of forced deleveraging across the crypto market. Derivatives data indicates that tens of millions of dollars in liquidations have occurred recently, with long positions accounting for much of the forced selling. This means leveraged traders betting on higher prices were automatically closed out as markets weakened. Since Injective trades actively on leveraged exchanges, even without a token-specific liquidation event, broad market deleveraging can amplify price declines once key technical levels fail to hold. It's also worth noting that Injective's recent move remains well within its historical volatility range. Some analysts point out that the token's recent daily fluctuations align closely with its 60-day return standard deviation of approximately 5.6%. In simpler terms, a 3% move in either direction is statistically normal for INJ. This suggests that while the recent decline may feel significant in the short term, it does not necessarily represent an extraordinary event requiring a unique explanation. When we put all these pieces together, a clear picture begins to emerge. Injective's decline over the past 14 hours appears to be the result of multiple overlapping factors rather than any major fundamental problem with the project itself. The token encountered long-term resistance near its 200-day moving average, failed to break above it, and then drifted lower as momentum weakened and volume cooled. At the same time, broader crypto sentiment remained fearful. Altcoins underperformed, and market-wide deleveraging added extra pressure to prices. In summary, there is currently no strong evidence pointing to any Injective-specific negative catalyst behind the recent decline. Instead, the move appears to reflect a combination of technical resistance, normal volatility, and a slightly risk-off environment across the cryptocurrency market. While short-term price action can be unpredictable, traders and investors will likely continue watching the $5 support zone and the 200-day moving average closely to determine the next major direction for INJ. Thank you for watching today's analysis. If you enjoyed this video and want more updates on cryptocurrencies, DeFi projects, blockchain technology, and market trends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Injective will reclaim its resistance level and continue higher, or is further downside still ahead? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.